Dr. Rachel Kim stared at the sleek, silver walls of the laboratory, her mind racing with the endless possibilities that lay before her. As the lead researcher on the NeuroSync project, she had spent years developing a revolutionary brain-computer interface that could change the course of human history. Her team had made tremendous progress, and the project's success was all but guaranteed. But as she turned to her trusted colleague, Dr. Eric Thompson, she saw something in his eyes that made her blood run cold. "Rachel, I'm afraid I have some bad news," Eric said, his voice laced with an unsettling calmness. "The project's been shut down. The funding's been pulled, and we're all being let go." Rachel's eyes widened in shock as Eric handed her a termination letter, the words blurring together on the page. This couldn't be happening. Not now. Not when they were so close to a breakthrough. But as she looked into Eric's eyes, she saw something there that chilled her to the bone, a glimmer of deceit. "What's going on, Eric?" Rachel demanded, her voice firm but controlled. "You're not telling me the truth, are you?" Eric's expression faltered for a moment, and Rachel saw a flash of guilt before he regained his composure. "I'm sorry, Rachel. I really am. But I had no choice. The project's been deemed too high risk. We're not just talking about a simple brain-computer interface anymore. We're talking about a technology that could control people's minds." Rachel's eyes narrowed, her mind racing with the implications. This was more than just a simple shutdown. This was a conspiracy. Determined to get to the bottom of things, Rachel snuck back into the laboratory that night, avoiding the security guards and making her way to the central server room. She hacked into the system, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she dug deeper into the project's files. What she found was shocking. The NeuroSync project wasn't just a brain-computer interface, it was a tool for mass mind control, designed to manipulate people's thoughts and actions on a grand scale. Rachel's eyes widened in horror as she realized the true extent of the conspiracy. But she wasn't alone for long. The laboratory's security team burst into the room, their guns drawn and their faces cold. Rachel knew she had to think fast. She grabbed a nearby fire extinguisher and sprayed it directly at the guards, creating a smokescreen that allowed her to escape. She sprinted through the corridors, her heart pounding in her chest, as she desperately sought a way out of the laboratory. But it was too late. The guards had sealed off all the exits, trapping her inside. Rachel knew she had to keep moving, to find a way to expose the truth before it was too late. She stumbled upon a ventilation shaft and climbed inside, her body squeezed tightly into the narrow space. As she crawled through the ductwork, she could hear the guards closing in, their voices echoing through the shaft. Finally, Rachel saw a glimmer of light ahead, a vent cover that led outside. She pushed it open and dropped down to the ground, gasping in the cool night air. She looked back at the laboratory, the sleek silver walls now seeming cold and menacing. She knew she had lost everything, her project, her team, her reputation, but she had gained something far more valuable, her freedom. As she walked away from the laboratory, Rachel felt a sense of determination rising up inside her. She would expose the truth. No matter the cost, she would fight for her freedom, and for the freedom of those who had been manipulated by the NeuroSync project. The city lights twinkled ahead, a vast and endless expanse of possibility. Rachel smiled, a sense of adventure rising up inside her. She knew that she would never be controlled again.